They say Apple is untouchable, a company that can do no wrong. But behind the fame and fortune, there is a story full of surprises, struggles, and moments no one saw coming. Hello, I'm Vlad, a marketer with more than 10 years of experience and the founder of the Lumix agency. In this video, we will explore Apple's key mistakes and the lessons entrepreneurs can learn from them. You will see how even the biggest companies overcome crises and turn failures into success. Stay tuned until the end to find out what every entrepreneur should learn from Apple's journey. We all know Apple is a huge, world-class company with more capital than many countries. Yet, despite their brilliant business strategies, they have made serious mistakes along the way. These failures nearly cost them everything, but also taught them powerful lessons. In this video, we will break down those mistakes and uncover what you can learn from them. First one, Apple Lisa failure. Back in 1983, Apple created a computer called the Lisa. It was way ahead of its time. It had a mouse, a new type of interface, and features that no other computer offered. On paper, it looked like the future of technology. But there was a big problem. The Lisa cost almost $10,000, which was more expensive than a car at the time. Most people simply couldn't afford it, and the computer didn't sell well at all. For Apple, it was a huge disappointment. But you will find out what lesson the company learned at the end of the video. Still, this was only the beginning of Apple's struggles, because not long after the Lisa failure, the company faced something that even bigger, a fight inside the leadership that would change everything. Second, Steve Jobs leaves. In 1985, Apple was no longer the small startup it once was. The company had grown quickly, but with growth came problems. Steve Jobs was full of ideas and passion, but his style often clashed with the CEO, John Sculley, and the board of directors. The arguments became constant. Jobs wanted bold, risky products, while others wanted safer business choices. Instead of working together, the leadership split into two sides, and the tension only got worse. Eventually, the board decided to back Sculley, and Jobs was pushed out of Apple. Imagine being forced to leave the very company you created. It was a huge blow for him personally and dangerous move for Apple's future. Without Jobs, Apple lost its creative spark. The company kept making products, but there was no clear vision anymore. And soon, this lack of direction would lead Apple into one of its darkest periods. Third one, loss of focus and failed products. After Steve Jobs left, Apple tried to move forward without him. But instead of focusing on few strong ideas, the company started making too many different products. They realized the new tone, an early personal digital assistant. It was cool in theory, but clunky, expensive, and far ahead of its time. Then came the Pippin, a game console that almost nobody wanted. On top of that, Apple had dozens of computer models, all slightly different, which only confused customers. People didn't know which Apple product to buy, and many chose not to buy at all. The brand started to lose its power because Apple looked messy and unfocused. By the mid-90s, the company was in serious trouble. Sales were weak, the products didn't stand out, and Apple was slowly sliding toward collapse. And this is when the story takes a dramatic turn: the return of Steve Jobs. First one, crisis and Jobs' return. By 1997, Apple was in serious danger. Sales were slow, the company was losing money fast, and many people thought Apple was going to die. Competitors like Microsoft were dominating, while Apple seemed stuck in the past. That same year, something huge happened. Steve Jobs came back. After more than a decade away, he returned to the company he founded. But this time, he had a clear mission: save Apple from collapse. The first thing Jobs did was cut down the huge, messy product line. Instead of dozens of confusing models, he focused on just a few simple, powerful products. He also made design and user experience the top priorities. This change was exactly what Apple needed. The company became leaner, sharper, and ready for the comeback. And soon, those changes would lead to some of the most iconic products in tech industry. Want more videos like this? Like this video, write comments, and subscribe to my channel. Fifth one. Modern mistakes and shift the ecosystem. Despite Apple's enormous success in the 1910s, the company still encountered noticeable mistakes. One of the most infamous was the launch of Apple Maps in 2012, which was criticized for inaccurate directions and missing locations, damaging Apple's reputation temporarily. Another major issue was the antenna-gate scandal with the iPhone 4, where poor antenna design caused signal problems when users held the phone in certain ways. These failures highlighted that even industry leaders are not safe from the missteps. However, Apple quickly addressed these issues and shifted its focus from being only a hardware producer to building a broader ecosystem. The company began emphasizing how its products iPhone, iPad, Mac, Apple Watch seamlessly connect and complement each other. This integration strategy created higher customer loyalty and encouraged users to remain within the Apple environment. Additionally, Apple expanded into services such as iCloud, Apple Music, App Store, and later Apple TV Plus and Apple Arcade. These offerings not only diversified its revenue streams, but also reduced dependence on single product sales. The services sector has become one of Apple's fastest-growing areas, ensuring stability even during fluctuations in hardware demand. Today, Apple's ecosystem approach defines its business model. By combining premium hardware, innovative design, and recurring service revenues, Apple has managed to maintain sustainable growth and continue dominating the global tech market. While the company may still face challenges, its strong ecosystem remains its greatest competitive advantage. Alright, you have just heard the story of Apple. All the highs and lows, the wins, and the mistakes. But the real question is, what can you learn from this for your own business or career? Let me break it down into 3 simple lessons you can actually apply today. Lesson number 1. Keep it simple and focused. Apple failed when they tried to do everything at once. Too many products, too much confusion. Focus beats variety. Stick to your best ideas and make them crystal clear for your customers. Lesson 2. Leadership makes or breaks a business. When Jobs left, Apple lost direction. A strong leader and united team are a backbone of the success. If you are building something, you need a vision, but also people who believe in it as much as you do. Lesson 3. Mistakes will happen, but fix them fast. Even Apple messed up with the Apple Maps with the first laser computer. They made it more expensive than people could afford. So later they corrected that mistake and started making products more accessible to the masses and the iPhone 4 antenna. The difference is they didn't sit and cry about it. They owned the mistake, corrected it, and doubled down on long-term growth with the services and the ecosystem. So remember this. Don't overcomplicate. Lead with clarity, and when you fail, bounce back quickly. That's how you build not just a product, but a lasting business. Apple's history proves that no company, no matter how big or famous, is safe from mistakes. Over the years, Apple has faced product failures, leadership struggles, and even the threat of bankruptcy. But what makes their story inspiring is not the failures themselves, it's how the company managed to rise again each time. The key to Apple's long-term success was learning from errors instead of ignoring them. They focused on their strongest products, simplified their lineup, and built the ecosystem that made customers want to stay. At the same time, strong leadership and united team helped guide the company through hard times. For entrepreneurs, this story is a powerful reminder. Success doesn't come from avoiding mistakes, but from how quickly and effectively you respond to them. Bold ideas are important, but they must be matched with a clear strategy, consistency, and a focus on a customer value. That's what turns risky experiments into sustainable growth. And hey, if you haven't seen my last video yet, go check it out. I break down 7 psychological triggers that make people buy. No fluff, just real tips you can use right now. Click on it, give it a watch, you will love it. See you soon, bye.